Hadley. You're listening to Hank Jr. on Hank's Corner.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I know I've been gone for a couple of months right now, but we are back with a brand new episode of Hank's Corner. I am your host, Hank Jr., part of Hank Jr. Productions, where you know I'm documenting life's moments through photography, videography, and over 100 episodes in podcasting now. And my next guest, I'm so excited to have on because she is a brand new singer to my world. Once I got a hold of some of her music, I instantly became a fan. Please welcome to the show, Hadley. Hadley, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I am doing wonderful. I'm enjoying the evening. It's finally starting to get cool down here in Florida. For those that know, my little corner, Hank's Corners, in the Tampa Bay area somewhere, and we're starting to get a little bit of better weather. How about you over there?
What is your weather degree?
Today was a little warmer, mid 80s, but we've gotten down to the 70s. So
yeah, I was about to say we're about in the mornings. It's real cold. It's like 50 something. I'm in Georgia right now at my parents' house, so it's like 50s here in the morning, and then during the day 70, mid 70s.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but fall is really my favorite season of all. And unfortunately, here in Florida, we don't really get much of a fall. We get a little bit of it in January and February, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's like I live in Nashville normally. Or full time, and last year, like, we didn't get a fall. We just went from summer to like winter, like crazy.
I
and I'm
did
not used to
remember
like
those snowstorms.
actual
Yeah.
snow. So it's snowing there. I was like, what do I can't drive anywhere. I don't know what I'm doing. But
yeah, and I did spend some time up in New Jersey for about 10 years, and I had enough snow. I don't mind seeing it once or twice a year if I could, but when it's May and it's still kind of getting cold and you can't do barbecues out there for Memorial Day, you can keep that stuff.
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
The 12-inch stuff, don't ever introduce me to that. I don't want that. I don't know how people live in that.
Yeah, well, as a kid, we used to love it because we used to get out of school when it snowed so much. But
Well,
that's
the thing
cool.
about Georgia, if it just like pretends it's gonna snow, we're out because we don't know what to do with snow.
I know, and you got all that ice to worry about as well. But we mentioned Nashville, that that's kind of where your hometown is kind of now. And recently there was a big thing that was just going on in Nashville, the Josie Awards, and you were nominated, weren't you, for an award? Tell us a little bit about that.
I was nominated for Artist of the Year, Country Female, and I was very excited. I was at the Opry, so that was a big deal. Felt very cool. Very thankful to be there. Met so many great people. There were 3 days of events. So the first day was the zoo, and I will tell you right now, my dad loved the zoo.
Okay.
He read every sign at the zoo because we got to also experience the whole thing. So he's like, "You're not going to bring me here, and I'm not going to go through it." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm going to go listen to the band. You go ahead." But zoo, and then we had the gala where I met a bunch of great people, very talented artists played. Very good experience, very fun.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I always like to hear about. Who are some of the people that you got to meet, and who were some of the people like you were just like big fans of that you got to see there?
There was a girl named Macy Tabor that she was in the same category as me, and she sang at the gala the night before the award show, and I was like, if she beats me, she deserves it. Like which I didn't win, but I was like, if anyone, her. But I loved watching her play. I met her for a brief second. She was talking to so many people, but I also met a guy named JD Walker that my manager also manages. So he actually came right up to me. He's like, "You're Hadley," and I was like, "I am."
So he was impressed to meet you.
Yeah, I loved meeting him too because I heard a lot about him. I met a bunch of songwriters. Even at the zoo, it was funny because they kind of like stuck songwriters in like bushes and stuff, and they were singing. So like as you're walking by, you just hear people singing, and you're like, "Oh, hi!" But
that's interesting.
I met a bunch of people. I can't even remember everyone's names, but
yeah, and I was actually hoping to go. This was the first year, and somebody had told me, "Hey, you would be great. Why don't you put in to be a photographer there?" I applied, but I didn't get in. I didn't even get a message saying that, "Hey, we got your application. We'll consider it." So maybe next year, and that's one of the things I want to talk about, because you said, "Well, I didn't win," but to be nominated is great itself, because the Josie Awards, I mean, they're getting very prestigious.
Every time I enter a room like that, especially now, I was just telling Shannon, my manager, about this. I am so honored to be in a room with these people because everyone is talented in their own way. And I spent many years that I loved doing on Broadway in Nashville, and that's just mostly covers and stuff like that. And so entering a room where everyone in that room has been vulnerable enough to write these songs and stuff like that and share them
Mhm.
or play the music and share, you know what I mean? There's everyone is just so I've never been done that. So it's a very vulnerable feeling for me. And everyone is so inviting. It is so humbling to meet. I mean, everyone in the category even that I was nominated in, they're so talented. So it's not like I walked in thinking I'm winning this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just I was honored to even be my name be on it.
Yeah, definitely some high caliber talent out there. But, talking about awards, you have won awards, including the ISSA Gold Award Single of the Year for your song Trust Issues. Tell us a little bit about, winning that award.
I did. That's pretty much my first award show. First red carpet for sure. And it was crazy. I met again so many people at that show too. It was in Atlanta, and I got to perform at the pre-party, which was amazing. Felt very honored to do that. There were only a few people that got to do that, so I was very lucky. Very good feedback. Very good, just a like feeling of being in that room. And like I said, that was my first one, so I was like taken back by how supportive everyone is of everyone's talent, and I don't know, it's just a good environment. But so we did the award show, and they go through tiers, so it's like silver or bronze, silver, gold, or whichever.
Bronze, silver, gold. Yep.
So, but I'm sitting there and like it's just going through, and it's been like 45 minutes. I'm like, I'm not getting it. Like, I'm not getting it. It's okay. It's okay, Hadley. It's good. And so my parents are recording like each time they say like bronze and then silver and then gold, just in case. And so they say gold, but we were talking about it before. I didn't know you had to have a speech to say. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm probably not gonna. I don't know what to say. Mom's like, I'm not gonna cry even if I do. They say my name and I just start crying, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess so. So I had to walk all the way down this stage up, or all this hallway down to the stage, and these heels that hurt so bad. And I get up there and I'm like, I just want to thank my mom, my dad, and I don't even know. Like I didn't know what to say. I just was taken back. I was so humbled and thankful to get that award.
And so now you get to see what the other people, when they go up on stage, it's kind of a cliche. Well, I didn't think I was going to win. I didn't prepare a speech, or
Oh yeah.
how they think. Now that you got to experience it, you understand what they go through. But that is a great song, Trust Issues. I know I liked it, and you're going to be coming out with a remix in a couple of weeks from now, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. But we don't have the remix yet. You guys are just going to have to wait for that. It'll be coming out soon. And I guarantee as soon as I know about it, we're going to put it on the New Music Friday post here on Hank Jr. page. But we're going to go ahead and play the original. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about that song.
Second that I got your name, I knew the minute that you bought that drink. You and I were gonna have a thing, but I didn't know how hard I'd fall. I know that sometimes feelings change and people break up every day, but boy, watching you walk away made no sense at all. You told me you would never leave. You told me that I was your everything. You said you would never let me go. But I guess, well, that's what I get. I never should have trusted you, 'cause now you got someone new, and now I got trust issues. Since you left, I miss the girl I was, but I guess it's what a heartbreak does. It's true, if I couldn't trust you, I can't trust anyone. You told me you would never leave. You told me that I was your everything. You said you would never let me go. But I guess, well, that's what I get. I never should have trusted you, 'cause now you got someone new, and now I got trust issues.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. here with my special guest, Hadley, and you just heard Trust Issues, the original. Like I said, we're going to be having a remix that's coming out soon, but tell me a little bit about that song and what that meant to you, especially because you won the award with that.
Yeah. I was asked if I wanted to. The song was pretty much already written, and I just changed a few words with the guys that wrote it. They asked me if I wanted to do it, and it kind of resonated with a relationship I just gotten out of, and honestly, a bunch of relationships. It's not even just a love relationship, family, etc. So I felt like it was definitely a song that many people could connect with, and that's exactly what I want to do. So when I was asked if I wanted to do it, I did not hesitate.
Okay. And when you're picking songs or potentially writing songs, does it have to speak to you on a personal level, or does it just have to like kind of say, hey, well, that's a good song. I like that. Let's run with it.
I'd say a little bit of both. I don't think I've ever done a song where it didn't resonate with me some way, somehow. I will say most of the time, which is the coolest thing about songwriting and getting with other songwriters and collabing, is a lot of times when they play the song, I feel it a completely different way in a different perspective than they even meant to write it. And they're like, oh, wow. Like, and that's a really cool thing to collab on and, share back and forth.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a phenomenon that, when I've talked to artists and, now that I got to hear their sides of everything, but, it is kind of weird when they put something out and, they had a particular feeling or emotion behind it or an experience. And then somebody else will come up to them and say, hey, I loved it. This is what it meant to me. And they had no clue that that's how it would affect a person. And I guess that's just one of the great things about music.
It is. That's pretty much what I got when I listened to it. They were talking about relationships, which yes, I had gotten out of a bad relationship, but I thought about my real dad and I have a bad relationship, and I thought about my dad, and they were like, oh, wow. And I was like, it's, crazy how just different things for different people hit a different way.
Yeah, and music itself, I've always said, not only does it entertain, but it does have a little bit of a healing factor to it, or a way of dealing with certain emotions. And it's just like I said, music is just awesome, and that's why I'm glad I'm doing what I get to do here. Putting out new music whenever I get the chance, and like I said, you're going to have that Trust Issues that's going to be the remix, but you also got something else that's going to be coming out called Say We Did. Can you give us a little sneak peek about what that song is about?
So that pretty much is about another relationship. This one's actually kind of a relationship for me. It's pretty much just say we did. Let's not do it and say we did. That's on the new merch I just had out. That's on the sleeve of the sweatshirt. So it kind of leaves people wondering what it exactly means. But pretty much let your mind do it. Let's not do it and say we did.
Okay. And you talked about the merch, and I always love to promote that because, one of the things I do, like I said, I do photography and videos free for artists because I know it's a struggling thing to get going. But, for them to make money, I always say the merchandise is usually the best way to do it. And so you got merchandise that's up. Is that up on your website?
It's going to be up there this weekend. I had to get steamer, because I got them out of the box and they are very wrinkled, so every picture was terrible. But they'll be up there this weekend on my website, and if anyone wants to message me also, I've definitely posted about them, but I haven't put them up there yet.
Yeah, so by the time this probably comes out, it's going to be out there. So check out our website, hadleymusicofficial.com. That's where you can find that and buy that merch, support it, because it's going to be a great song. I already know, just based upon your previous music, that I'm definitely looking forward to it. Once again, I will make sure once I know about it, it's going to be on our New Music Friday post. So be looking out for that. But we're going to go ahead and go back a little bit. We're going to go play My Roles. And when we come back, I want to hear the backstory on how you became a singer.
Yep.
You cut me up, you tore me down, but now I got these 2 feet right here on the ground. Thought you could get away with playing your normal games, but boy, I saw it coming 100 miles away. You call it black, I see it white. Save your breath convincing me, don't even try. I'm not your pin-up doll or just another one of your toys to go out and show off to all your boys. baby, I'm not giving anymore. I'm not giving in anymore. I'm not afraid of closing doors. There's no point in even keeping score. Cause baby, I'm not giving anymore. Cause what I want, what I need the one you're giving to me. Just keep putting those miles on them shoes. You shook my heart, wore me out. You're the kind of guy I've been warned about. Never again will I be a fool. If you wanna get in the game, you gotta. If you wanna get in the game, you gotta play by my rules. Play by my rules. Play by my rules.
And you just heard My Rules by Hadley here on Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. So, Hadley, tell me a little bit about, growing up in Georgia and what was it that said, hey, you know what, I either like music, and what triggered it to say, you know what, I may want to do this as a career.
So growing up, I loved music. I have, from my graduation from high school, my mom blew up a picture of me from when I was 4 or 5 with one of those Echo microphone plastic, whatever, singing the Dixie Chicks. Knew every word, loved music, loved country music, loved old country. It wasn't until I was about 12, my stepdad knocked on my door one day. I was singing, and I was like, I never sang in front of anyone. I was so terrified of it. And he was like, listen, I don't think you're that bad. And his cousin is in the music industry, and he's like, I just recorded you singing outside of your door, and I'm going to send it to Ricky if you want me to. And I was like, okay. He's like, okay, he thinks you're good. Do you want to do singing lessons? And I was like, sure. So I did a year of singing lessons, and then he came up to me. He was like, do you want to go to Nashville? And I didn't know what Nashville was. I was like, what is that? He's like, if you want to do this as a career, which growing up, I didn't think that was a career choice. Most of my family went to college, and that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And you do something else. You definitely don't do music. And we went to Nashville, and we ended up getting a promise gig at Tootsie's. So from 14 to 18, my parents brought me up once a month, and we would go there. I'd sing on every stage up and down Broadway. I remember, it's so crazy too, because when I first went, I was terrified to get up on stage. The second I got up there, I was great. But getting up there, I did not want to do, because you have to pretty much go ask them to go sing. And I was like, I'm not going to go ask them. So my dad would go give them like $80, whatever it took. And he'd be like, get my daughter up there, 3 songs. And I remember just yelling at him, like so embarrassed. And I'd get up there, and my parents were like, you're a different human up there. I was like, yeah, I know, I love it. I just don't know how to do it. But I sang at every single bar on Broadway. And so every time we went, we got to know people a little bit more. And so we wouldn't have to pay or anything like that. And so when I was 18, I was promised a job at Tootsie's if I learned the guitar, learned the set list, and lost 50 pounds. And I did all of the above.
Okay. And, as far as the guitar or any music kind of instrument, how easy for you is it to learn? Because it's hard for me. I tried to pick it up and, when I was young, and it did not stick with me.
It's terrible. My guitar playing, I don't claim I'm a guitar player. I can fake it. And then I just actually cut the tip of my middle finger off it's probably been like 3 months now. Still
Ooh.
don't have a tip on my finger. So pressing down a chord is the most painful thing. And so people are like, could you come for this gig? I'm like, I'll be there. May not sound, I'm just going to turn the guitar way down, sing real loud. But it was difficult. I took guitar lessons, but I just don't really care to be necessarily a lead guitar player. So I love the fact that I could whip it out and play some songs or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't claim to be a guitar player.
Yeah, well, you're in Nashville. You got plenty of people that do play guitar and maybe not be able to sing as well. So
Right.
all you have to do is just find one of those people, team up, and there you go, right?
Yeah.
And you talked a little bit about the Dixie Chicks, or as they like to call themselves now, the Chicks. Who else was some of your influences growing up?
Shania Twain, for sure. Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood. Let's see, Trisha Yearwood. And then getting on up there was Lauren Elena. I'm still obsessed with her. I have never fangirled, and I did in front of her, and it's very embarrassing, but I did it. Now, especially like Ashley McBride,
So you
I
like
love.
all the powerful female artists that are out there, and that's great. And do you find though, like, I mean, it's one thing to be a fan of them, but do you find that kind of trickles into your personality, whether on stage or through your music?
Yeah, I definitely like. That's pretty much what gets me too is the relating with music. I can feel almost everything that all of them are singing about. There's a newer. She's already soaring. Her name's Ella Langley. She's another one that I just obsess with.
Hmm.
So anyone that stands their ground and they're loyal to who they seem to be or they come off as and all their music resonates the exact same, I just love it.
Yeah. And how often do you get to, go out to shows while you're there in Nashville? Because I know artists are very busy playing themselves, but how often do you get to go enjoy somebody else singing for you?
Honestly, the most is if I'm already playing around or whatever, if I'm already down there, especially when I was doing Broadway full time, I never got to see anyone else unless I'm walking through, to leave. Um, but yeah, pretty much just rounds if I'm playing or if I plan a special night if I'm off.
Yeah. And given the opportunity, to ever play on stage with another artist, who would be the top for you?
Ashley McBride.
Okay. Well, you know what? Hopefully that'll happen. I always have, people that I kind of aspire to have on my podcast as well. So I'm always curious to see who the artists like to play with. So we're going to go ahead and play Mr. Call. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some fun stuff.
Hey, Ed, it's Dad. Give me a call back. Love you.
The screen lights up at past 9. God, I'd hate to hit decline. We talked it all in a couple days. Another town, another stage, another crowd that just can't wait. I put life on hold while I play. Feels like it happens a little too much. So I get on a bus. It's tag you it, that's how it goes. You're in bed and I'm on the road. I'll try again with Wichita. Yeah, I can't wait to get back home. Pull the cover off that old jumbo. Get a couple weeks off in the fall. I'm just calling 'cause I miss your call.
Hey Dad, it's Had. We're fixing to take the stage, but I just wanted to say I love you. Call me back.
You used to have a heart to hearts, fishing holes in baseball parks, Dad. You've always been my biggest fan. And I know these days catching up just don't happen near enough. And when no one does, you understand. Some nights I feel like I'm here alone, until I check my phone. It's how you eat, that's how it goes. You're in bed and I'm on the road. I'll try again when we leave Tahlequah. Yeah, I can't wait to get back home. Pull the cover off that old jumbo. I get a couple weeks off in the fall. Yeah, I'm just calling 'cause I miss your call.
Hey, Hadley, looks like we missed you again. Your mama, I love you. Just want to tell you to go out there and have fun. Bye, baby.
Hey Dad, we're checking in for the night. Just thought I'd call and tell you I love you. Give Mama a kiss for me.
It's how you eat, that's how it goes. You're in bed and I'm on the road. I'll try again when we get to Atlanta. I can't wait to get back home. Pull the cover off that old jumbo. I get a couple weeks off in the fall. Yeah, I'm just calling 'cause I miss your call. Yeah, I'm just calling 'cause I miss clone.
You've reached Hadley. Better off leaving me a text message.
Hey, Had, it's your dad again. Love you.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. Once again, I'm Hank Jr., your host, part of Hank Jr. Productions, where I'm documenting those life's moments through photography, videography, and of course, podcasting. And my special guest today is Hadley. And, we are recording this, shortly before Halloween. And the rest of the holidays are coming up. So it's a great time to start talking about it. But, as far as Halloween, are you dressing up this year?
I don't know. I don't think I've really dressed up since like maybe a gig 5 years ago or something.
And so that's not big for you then to dress up in character and that sort of thing.
But Christmas, come Christmas, I am known for, especially like every gig that I do, I have a different holiday shirt, whether it be Buddy the Elf with different sayings. I have a Grinch costume, and I wear them every day of December.
Oh, well, then that's probably the time that I need to get back up to Nashville then and catch you there and see all the different outfits that you have.
Yeah.
And so I'm guessing that Christmas is, top notch, your favorite holiday of the year.
100%. November 1st, Christmas tree goes up. I wait at least till after Halloween, but
Well, that was going to be my next question. Not necessarily the Christmas tree, but there's always that argument on when can you start singing Christmas carols, and of course the XM radio and all that starts playing it. Right at Halloween,
it's already
right
on.
after.
Right?
Oh, it is already on this year. So every
Yeah.
year it gets earlier and earlier.
Yeah.
So for you, it's okay November 1st then.
I won't say that I start the music November 1st
Okay.
because it can get a little annoying, but the tree goes up, especially because I don't have time to I don't go home for Thanksgiving or anything, so I don't really have that much time, but it makes me happy, so I might as well keep it as long as I can.
Yeah, I like that. There's nothing wrong with the tree going up, and you don't necessarily have to decorate it completely all the way too. You could just throw some lights on,
That's what I
and
do.
then
I do lights and then December put the ornaments.
I like it. That's great. And as far as Christmas music, is there any particular song or maybe a couple of songs that you just really love? Either to listen to or play up on stage.
I will say I don't even know the name of the album, but it's one of Kelly Clarkson's Christmas albums. It is still to this day one of my favorite. She does what is it? Run, run, Rudolph. What is it? Run, Run, Rudolph?
Yeah, there is a song called "Run Run
Yeah.
Rudolph." If it's a remake of that, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's a remake and I love it. I don't know why, but the entire album is crazy. Oh Holy Night obviously is one of my favorites. Hallelujah is very special to me. I know it's not necessarily Christmas, but we sing it during Christmas.
Yeah, and I haven't heard Kelly Clarkson's Christmas album. I'll admit that. So maybe now I need to go out and take a listen to that because she does have a great voice, and it'd be interesting to see how she does some of those Christmas songs.
Yeah, it's just a very good rendition. Like it's more, I wouldn't say rock and roll, but it's definitely more rock than country, and it's really good. It's older. I don't know how many years old, but still love it.
Okay. And, for those who watch me on my podcast that do, follow me, know I can't go through an episode without at least talking once about food. And so when the holidays come, that's when I start to eat a little too much. But, what are some of, whether for Thanksgiving or Christmas, your favorite holiday treats?
My favorite treats. My mom makes a cheesecake that I've like no other. There's no competition. She makes every year though it's a different flavor. Like she's done eggnog cheesecake, peppermint cheesecake, creme brulee cheesecake. So you never know what it's going to be, but they're all phenomenal. I'm not like the biggest sweet eater, but I love definitely like the macaroni that my mom makes. Everything's homemade. Ham. Are you a turkey or ham person?
I am more of a turkey person.
I'm not.
So you like
I'm
the
the
ham,
worst Southern person because I don't like gravy. I don't like mashed potatoes. I like sweet tea though. Everyone asks that after I say the first two. I do like sweet tea, but yeah, that's pretty much all I look forward to.
Well, that's okay. I mean, like I said, I like to eat everything, and if you're
What's
going to throw
your
some
favorite?
ham, Oh man, to be honest, I can't really pick a favorite because I am one of the ones that if I go to a buffet, I'm having it all. I'm having the turkey, I'm having the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, the
Yeah,
vegetables, even, and as far as desserts, a good cheesecake would be nice, but I love some pecan pies. So um, you could just there's just so much I could do.
I love
and
that.
uh, And so, of course, now everybody that gets, on my podcast gets to get in my little special playlist on Spotify, the Hank's Corner playlist. But tell me, who is on your playlist right now?
Ella Langley. um, Logan Crosby.
Mm.
I don't know. I listen to so much of the same things. I get hooked on songs and I just keep going. Ashley McBride, Carly Pierce, always Jason Aldean. He's never left off.
Oh
Left
yeah, yeah. Got to have some Jason Aldean, and those are some great artists to have, and I just always curious, and sometimes people have different playlists for different moods and different seasons, and for some reason I tend to just kind of listen to the people that have been on my podcast. Like I said, I've had over 100, and I think you're going to be episode 114. Correct me if I'm wrong when I actually put this out, but after having 100 artists, that's a lot of songs that I have
Yeah.
on there. So it does keep me a little bit busy.
Yeah.
But as far as you playing on stage, should somebody come out there and come watch you play, what should they expect from a Hadley performance?
I definitely say there's two different versions of me, and I will say the genuine part of me stays the same, but a full band versus an acoustic is way different. An acoustic is way more intimate. In a full band, I am ready to rock and roll. Don't Stop Moving. Definitely way high, like faster songs, whatever. Acoustic is definitely, like I said, I don't claim myself to be a guitar player, so I kind of stick to songs that I resonate with because they're normally slower songs, so they're a little bit easier for me. So definitely acoustic, more intimate, stage with a full band. Get ready to have a party.
Yeah, whether you come down to Florida sometime or I actually get to see you up there in Nashville, definitely looking forward to a show. And, we talked about it already. You got two songs that are going to be coming out, November-ish. Say We Did, which is brand new. Of course, the remix of Trust Issues will be coming out as well. But, what are some of your goals, whether through the remainder of the year or next year, that you have? And, what should we expect from you?
We are working on some new songs. We're working on getting in the studio to release. We're trying to figure out if we want to do a full album or an EP first. So that's one of my first top goals. I definitely want to be booking festivals, getting out to people farther out, even just getting to see everyone that wants to see me, touching people as much as I can with my music. Pretty much just travel, get my name out there, new music, definitely writing.
And that's great. So I hope that the remainder of this year is very successful for you. Of course, next year 2024 is going to be for me, I hope it's going to be a big year, but for you as well. And we talked about it. So for those of you that watching, go see Hadley on social media. She'll respond to you. Go say hi to her. Tell her Hank Jr. Production sent you. But also go to her website, HadleyMusicOfficial.com. Little tongue twister there. That's going to be down here on the bottom of the screen, and go buy that merch, and that'll make a Christmas present.
There you go.
Well, Hadley, I appreciate you coming out on the show, and of course, if you ever want to be a guest here on Hank's Corner, you're more than welcome to do so.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad I got to do this and got to meet you.
Mama is old school and tries her best to teach me how to act, how to dress. But Mama set my eye on a different kind of iron. I wanna soar into that bright blue sky with a superhero fly. Hey, Superman, I know how it feels to put on that cape, 'cause I'm a woman chase my skyscraper dreams and build a life beam on beam. But mama, I hope you see this is how I've gotta be. 'Cause you've got